What if everything you thought you knew about prehistoric humans was wrong? For centuries, history books told us our ancestors were nothing more than simple hunters, struggling to survive in caves. But what if the truth was far greater? What if these early humans were far more intelligent, more spiritual, and more connected to the universe than we ever imagined? We all know the story of fire. It is often described as the moment when humans rose above nature, when survival became possible. But was fire only about warmth and food? Some researchers believe fire was much more. A small tribe gathered around glowing flames, shadows dancing across cave walls. The fire became a meeting place, where stories were shared, myths were born, and dreams were spoken aloud. Fire was not just a tool, it was the first stage of culture. Deep inside the caves of Europe, archaeologists have uncovered paintings that are more than 30,000 years old. Animals, handprints, and mysterious symbols stretch across the walls. At first glance, they look like simple art, but what if they were more? Some believe these images were messages, perhaps even the earliest form of language. Others think they were spiritual rituals, a way to communicate with unseen worlds. And here's the mystery. Certain patterns in these paintings line up with star constellations in the night sky. Could it be that these caves were not just shelters, but the first observatories? That early humans already mapping the cosmos thousands of years before recorded history? If that is true, then these paintings are not just art. They are windows into an ancient mind reaching for the stars. But the mystery does not stop there. Across continents, far away from each other, ancient people created symbols that look strangely similar. From cave markings in Europe to rock art in Australia, patterns repeat themselves. Spirals, dots, human-like figures reaching for the stars. How could tribes separated by oceans share the same visions? Some theories suggest there may have been ancient networks of knowledge, stories passed from tribe to tribe, carried across mountains, rivers, and seas. Was there an early form of global memory, one that has nearly vanished today? If true, our ancestors may have been more connected than we ever dared to believe. The similarities hint at something extraordinary, that human imagination and knowledge might have traveled the world long before written history even began. And then comes the biggest question of all: where did imagination come from? At what point did humans begin to dream of things that did not exist? Gods, spirits, worlds beyond the stars? Why did humans look at fire and see not just light, but magic? Why did they carve symbols into stone that spoke of something greater? Some scientists argue that imagination was just a survival tool, helping humans plan, hunt, and prepare for danger. But what if it was more? What if imagination were a spark of something bigger, something that separated us from every other creature on Earth? The ability to dream, to wonder, to create worlds inside the mind may have been humanity's greatest discovery, a hidden force that shaped the destiny of our entire species. Prehistoric humans were not just survivors of a harsh and dangerous world. They were dreamers, storytellers, explorers of both the land and the spirit. And maybe, just maybe, they carried knowledge about life, the universe, and ourselves that we are only beginning to rediscover today. The truth is, the mystery is not locked away in history books. It is alive, waiting for us to uncover it. Every painting, every fire pit, every forgotten symbol is a piece of a puzzle, one that tells us who we are. So the next time you look at the night sky, remember this: long before us, our ancestors may have been looking at the same stars, wondering the same questions, and dreaming the same dreams. And in those dreams, they left behind the first chapters of the human story.